Jussie Smollett's brother claims actor is in jail psych ward. He calls it an outrage. I can offer a little bit of insight to this because I was a prison therapist for 3 years. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Also, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I put out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree. The link is in the description. My link tree will take you to my Patreon, where I talk about things I can't talk about here. And I also have another link to my merch store, where I have Let's Go Brandon t-shirts, I Will Not Comply t-shirts, tons of t-shirts, and it's all made here in-house by hand. And every purchase helps fund what we're doing here. All right, let's talk about this news. Jussie Smollett is being held in the psych ward at a Chicago jail, and his brother is flipping out. The 39-year-old Empire actor, who remains at a Cook County jail after being sentenced to 5 months behind bars for staging a hate crime, was thrown into the ward because of a paperwork snafu, his brother claims. But I'm gonna stop right here for a second and just let it be known. Again, I've been a mental health therapist in a prison for a little over 3 years, and um, you don't get put in there by a paperwork snafu, because how we used to do it, we didn't have we called it a pod, and we called it it wasn't really a mental health pod. It was mental health people with mental health issues, people that have medical issues, and people that have vulnerability issues. They would get put on this pod, and on this pod award, uh, we had people that pretend like they had mental health issues because they wanted to get put on that pod, because they call it the quote unquote laid back pod. It wasn't as much drama as regular, as general population, and you don't have to deal with all that stuff. Don't have to fight over the phone or the TV and stuff like that on these pods. So for them to say that it's a snafu, I don't think that happened, because how we used to do it, we used to have a meeting. um, it'd be therapists at the meeting, counselors at the meeting, pod managers and stuff like that, all at this meeting, and they all have to decide who gets to go on this pod. So it's no way that someone can get on there by accident, because we have people that will fake it and pretend they have mental health issues just so they can get on this laid back pod. But quote, what's very concerning is that there was a note attached to the paperwork today, and it said on the front of his jail cell that he is at risk of self harm. Uh, Jaquai Smollett said on Instagram, "quote I want I want to just make it clear to folks that he is in no way, shape, or form at risk to self harm, and he wants to let folks know that he is very stable, he is very strong, he is very healthy, and ready to take on the challenge that ultimately has been put up against him," the sibling said in the post Saturday. "Quote, this is not right," Jaqui Smollett said. "This is a complete lack of justice. It's angering. It's an outrage." But let me say like this: he could be telling his brother this. His brother possibly could be speaking the truth that Jussie told him this. But I can tell you from experience that inmates might tell their family one thing, but in reality, while they're in jail, while they're in prison, there's something totally different going on. I didn't have people tell me, "Hey, don't let my family know that I'm in here. They think I'm all right. I don't want them to worry," and stuff like that. So it's not uncommon, and we know that Justice Smollett has a track record of lying. That's why he's in prison in the first place, in jail in the first place. He has a track record of lying. So he possibly could be just telling this to his brother, and his brother really think he's genuine about it. But officials said last week that Jussie Smollett, who ranted he was suicidal as he was hauled out of the court Thursday, would be held in a protective custody. And if you want to watch that video, I have that video linked in the playlist also, um, with him saying this. A law enforcement source told TMZ that the troubled actor was in a psych ward because it's one of the areas in jail where high profile inmates are housed. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you he wants to be there because he do not want to be a person, high profile person like himself, did not want to be in general population. Because I've worked in these things, in these situations, and I know how they treat high profile people. I know what happens to them in jail, who knows what happened to them in prison. So this really, him being on that ward is probably one of the safest places he can be until he get out in 5 months. So he probably just telling his brother this, to save face, and he's probably afraid to be out in general population and actually wanted to go. I wouldn't doubt that he wanted to go into this ward, into the psych ward. But Jussie Smollett was found guilty on 5 counts of felony disorderly conduct after an 8-day trial stemming from the staged 2019 assault. The actor claimed he was the victim of a racist, homophobic attack in downtown Chicago in 2019, with investigators later determining that he conspired with two brothers to stage the attack because he was unhappy with his Empire pay. So yeah, I think he's just lying to his brother. I really think I really do think his brother told him this because why his brother? I don't believe his brother will come out and make no stuff like this up. I think Jussie told his brother this because he don't want to let his brother know that he's afraid, basically, to be in general population is what I believe is going on. I used to see this all the time. That they don't want to be in general population and they want to be somewhere where they feel safe, so they go to the psych ward. That's what I believe is happening here. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out democrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace. Oh,